Alright, shall we continue the Brian quest line? It's only fair.
Sure.
Oh wait, if we can just, like, save and go back to things, why don't we just go all the way to the ending each time?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just do that. Da-da-da-da, same sitch. Liquor before beef, you're in the clear. True. Oh, I have a message from Brian.
Hey,
God forbid he read it.
Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Sorry.
God forbid I have to actually
Sorry.
read. Oh. Oh, did you remember something?
I'm sorry. I was reading your dialogue again, dear.
Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing my fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still, though, I have to accept. Where do I work?
Right.
I type back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all those fish, and my lawn could use another good mowing. Period. That'll show him. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at an hour I had previously forgotten existed. Man, that's gonna be a rough start. Amanda! Amanda comes into the room from the kitchen eating a cheese stick by biting it off piece by piece like some kind of monster.
What a monster.
I didn't raise you like that.
What?
It's called string cheese and not chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda.
Did you just call me in here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique or what?
No. Amanda, we have to go fishing tomorrow.
Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog.
How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you?
Nope, my stint in the Scouts was brief and purely transactional. Thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know that I had to, like, be outside and tie knots and stuff.
But I have to beat Brian.
Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at that coffee shop across town?
Give me a refresher.
During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line out the door, and within half an hour, I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. Oh, a water scald from work. I have no idea what that feels like.
Of course I remember. What does that have to do with fishing?
The burn is a metaphor, Dad.
I don't get it.
You can lead a horse to water.
What do horses have to do with fish? And burns?
Dad, please, I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian.
You wouldn't understand, it's a dad thing.
Please try explaining it to me.
Okay, Brian's He just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposefully reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game.
Is that what you think is happening here?
No.
Okay, good.
I knew that's what's happening.
Dad.
Alright, Pops, we should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning.
Night, Panda. I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay. Sleep. Fuck. I am wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there's something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both...
Wow.
We were both alone in a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked at mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and a beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm trying to look for, like, hidden things in the tree lines. Probably a penis or two.
Ah, it's the Babadook.
Anyway.
They had to add it in, make it just that much gayer.
Are you actually seeing the Babadook?
No.
Okay. I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait. And wait. And wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below.
You used the wrong lure.
I look up and see my father, just as he looked on that one cold morning, disapproving.
Let me get some flip in my throat.
I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all of the lures in my tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone!
Oh, I thought I was going to get to use the dad voice again.
I try casting again, but I can't hold my footing. The boat tips over and I fall into the water. Sinking further and further, I see the multitudes of fish that had been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes.
You gotta use a neutral buoyancy lure if you're trying to catch trout, buddy. Glub, glub, glub.
I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half open and see her still curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready?
No.
Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls her comforter over her head.
Never.
Amanda.
I'll get up in a minute.
Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hand through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her room and make myself some coffee in another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. He's in your art portfolio.
Great.
Petey.
If he's comfortable.
He's in your art portfolio.
He's fine.
Okay. Still rubbing her eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy's falling asleep next to him.
Early bird gets the worm, buddy.
You ready to fish?
I was born ready.
And loud. My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's just get this fishing party starty. I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Can I see your license, sir?
Maxwell, let Marley sit.
Maxwell immediately hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep.
You ready for an adventure?
I'm ready for glory. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by. So where exactly are we headed?
It's about an hour north of here, a little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. I brought everything we need so that we can catch some trout, have a nice little fire, and enjoy the nature.
My fishing pole is in the shop, getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow?
But of course, it's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is, though.
Right. I'm digging a hole here. Nope, Petey, do not stand on that.
He
Please.
very narrowly missed the power button, and that thing is so sensitive.
It is not sensitive. You're just very unaware of your body positioning.
I may have bumped the power button a couple of times, turned it off.
I stare out at the forest lining the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusky pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the brush. After a nice quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake.
Well, here we are.
I step out of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and cooler down to the edge of the lake, where he has a canoe waiting.
Great. It's still in one piece. Hold on, help me out with Maxwell.
I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest onto Maxwell. I don't feel like I spoke English there.
That's beautiful.
Bop-a-doop-a-dop-deepa.
Alright, your turn.
Ow!
Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me.
Save and then let's try it.
She's gonna be super gay about it. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me.
Yee!
Sue yourself.
Unless you said yee, in which case we can roll with that. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. God, Amanda's face is beautiful right now.
You kids want to fish?
I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water.
Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto.
Yeah, take that, water!
Whoa.
Is that what we're doing?
Daisy, don't you want to fish?
We're gonna go explore in the woods and look at bugs and stuff.
Alright, be safe, don't get too far.
Brian puts the life vest around himself and we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place, looking out over the front of the boat. I get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake.
Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty common fisherman knowledge, after all. Fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about.
The poison. Cusco's poison.
The poison chosen especially to kill Cusco. I have been drinking. Still a gambling man? You know it. I'll see if I can catch more fish. You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously.
I was thinking something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn.
I'm not gonna suck your dick.
He went in a completely different direction.
Anyway.
More than that, let's say if I win, I get your weed whacker.
The Whackmaster 2000? That's a limited edition.
But if you win, you get my pole saw. The Reach and Cut 3000.
The cordless version?
That's the one.
Shit. The Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard-to-reach branches at the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. You're on. We shake on it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. Fuck. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and at the pole into my hand. Stretch before physical activity. I don't know. What should we do?
Put some bait on the hook.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking this seriously.
I fish a worm from the styrofoam container Brian bought. It's slippery, but I think I can get it onto the hook if I just focus. Oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh god, the blood's everywhere. The worm is not on the hook.
Need some help?
No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you know.
I think that's sharks.
No, it's definitely fish. Sharks are fish. Now what?
Tie a knot or something.
Perform a fish mating call.
These are all such beautiful, beautiful choices.
I take my pole and try to tie an elaborate-looking knot to impress Brian, the classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Yeah, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can. And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud Sorry, I just the wind speed wrong. This cold air drives the pressure down.
Go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a pole you're not used to. I'll fix up another lure. He's actually being really sweet.
Brian hands me his pole with a smile, and I just sit there, feeling like an idiot. Oh, shit! What the fuck? Oh.
Oh, this is like Bejeweled. I got this.
Oh, shit. Alright.
3 of a kind, right?
Well, if you read your lines, maybe you'd know.
Match that fish.
What are you doing?
I can't Okay, so 3 of a kind. Oh, those are different.
Jesus Christ, babe.
I see. Okay, this is different.
Is it now?
Okay.
What are you fucking doing, babe?
So-
There's a timer.
I'm very confused right now.
I'm just gonna be quiet, because you know what you're doing. Anyway, guys, so, how's your day going?
Sorry, I'm not talking a lot.
No, it's okay. No, you focus on your thing. I'll talk. So, I just finished actually decorating the, I officially finished decorating our study. I got some acoustic foam up, so if the sound sounds a little better quality, that's because why. I don't expect it to sound worlds better, though, but, who knows? Every little bit counts. All it does is just absorb the high frequencies, so maybe my voice sounds a little fuller. Come on, you got it.
I'm like drawing a blank here.
Shit, they all look the same.
Yes, I know. The longer you play this game, the harder it gets.
Oh my god, they all look the same! Oh my god, they all look the same!
I don't really see any more matches.
I don't see any either.
Jesus Christ.
He says good work.
Alright,
Jeez,
I want to
that's
try that one
hard.
more time. Do you mind if I switch seats with you? Please.
A little.
I can sit on your lap.
Okay. Remember, if none of them work, then you can always
Move them around.
Nice, man. Now you're fishing. Catch of the day.
Ah, I missed.
Damn. Wow, you got some good points, too. Alright, I think we're done with that.
Yeah, 1300 is okay.
Wow, this is way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who's smiling and obviously enjoying his time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflexively tug upwards. I think I got something big. The tip of the pole dips down repeatedly and the line starts to run.
Reel it in!
I finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net.
It's all yours.
I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian's caught. That pole saw is mine. The entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. I should have taken the life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. Something hard is between us. I'm finally dragged upward, sputtering water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time. Fuck you, Maxwell.
You alright?
Does that count as one?
Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so.
Brian laughs. Ha.
Let's get you to the shore.
Brian and I flip the canoe back over and I fill it with our now soaking wet gear. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. I am surprised he's not hairier, actually. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. Man, all that general contracting must have built that guy like an ox. I hope he doesn't notice me staring.
I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Want to hand me yours?
Yes. Okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in, stupid sexy Brian. You might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like it's the only lunch we'll have.
The day's young. We can fish from the shore.
Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple lures out by the water's edge.
We're probably gonna have to put the kibosh on for the competition now.
Until another day. My stomach growls.
You hungry?
Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars.
I have a small child. I am flushed with snacks.
Brian joins me by the fire and I accept the cargo short granola. And
now we're back to waiting.
where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now?
I wouldn't worry about that too much. They're a couple of smart kids.
That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders. I took a look around at the sun cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow. Nature is beautiful. I fucking hate it here. Yep, see? There we go.
Here you go, bud.
Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. Ugh, I've always hated how this stuff smells.
Really, I've always kind of liked it.
Me too.
Reminds me of being outside.
Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. Jesus Christ!
Throw the stick! Throw the freaking stick!
I hurl the stick as hard as I can towards the tree line. Maxwell bolts after it, running as fast as his stubby little legs can carry him. Which, consequently, is not very fast. It's very cute, though.
Nice throw, Marley.
I turn away so he can't see me blush. Maxwell brings the stick back to me, clearly proud of himself. Good boy, Maxwell. You're a very good and speedy boy. You're the world champ of fetch. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? Ah. Butt pats?
Butt pats never fail.
Butt pats.
Yay!
I give Maxwell a good few pats on the backside. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish began routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watched Brian effortlessly. Amanda and Daisy emerged from the woods, looking totally unscathed. I can't speak English today.
Whoa, Dad Bod Patrol, I'm gonna have to issue both a citation and demand you both put your shirts on. There are children present.
Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head, thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. Where have you guys been? What?
We were playing with
That's
bugs.
a proper response to what I said. What? I expected you guys to be more covered in, like, mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder.
Dad.
We take a seat around the fire and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything?
Fish taste okay?
Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, Harding family recipe.
Why are your pants wet? Oh, my.
Oops, I totally took that the wrong way.
The fish was that good. Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake, and then...
And then I accidentally tipped over that boat. Don't worry, all of the gear floated to the surface so we didn't lose anything. Right, Marley?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility. Asshole.
Wait, no, not yet.
We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day.
Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home.
I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad on the block, but... yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window, and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep.
It's really cute.
Ellipsis.
Hey, you sleepyhead.
I open my eyes and realize that I had dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Oh, hey, I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict, so I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms.
It's all good. You've earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you.
Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually.
Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah?
You too. Take it the easiest. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse onto the couch. Long day.
Yep.
I was so close to that pole saw.
Pole saw.
Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish and...
Stop. Why do you care so much?
Amanda Panda, just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number and he's rubbing my face in it.
Dad, I love you. But you're kind of dumb sometimes.
Dumb or clearly the superior dad?
You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Night.
Amanda, she slides downward.
It's down to the floor.
That's a nice little touch.
I am a tired slug.
Amanda, that floor is disgusting.
Vacuum it. I don't care.
Well, night, honey.
Night, Pops.
Yay!
Little completer! Beard. That's a lot of points.
You know,
Fuck yeah!
let me mow your lawn this weekend.
I'll let
We
you mow
both
my
eyebrow wiggled at each other.